Guys, so here we are, just at the beach, and waves aren't looking too good, so I decided to do a little bit of maintenance on the van, moving around a couple things that I think would make it work a lot better. So I bought this 12-volt fan with a little on and off switch to be plugged into a cigarette lighter. This is where I'm going to put the fan so that I can have a place where the fan can blow on the passengers here, or the fan can blow on right here where I'm going to end up having the bed area. They also wired in this 12 volt right here, so you can plug something in for the passengers that are sitting right here. Light, the one that was on the other side, wired over here so that it works, since the other one was actually burnt out. There's my CB radio actually, so here we go. We've got bench light spot, and over here we got stretcher light spot, which is where I wired up the new fan. Turn it on. I'll be able to blow on the people sitting here, the passengers, and or I can change it to blow over there. Works perfect. I also wired up a new cigarette plug, and I put in this little USB. I actually was able to jump it from the back of the cigarette plug into the USB, which worked out perfectly. So just kind of slowly fixing up some things that weren't working in the van. Alright, so one other thing I did is took measurements of my water tanks underneath. Since there is a sink here, underneath there is a fresh gallon tank over here under the van, and over here there's a gray water tank, which would come from the actual sink once water goes through it. So I measured them in inches, and I put that into a conversion online where you can get the square inches. Those are 2 square inches. I then put it into another conversion where we can get square inches to gallons. So I actually have 15 gallons and 17 gallon. So I have a little bit more fresh than gray. They probably do that just because, you know, there's probably some splash where water doesn't go in, but that works perfectly because I want to put an outdoor shower on the side of this cabinet right here, which I'll be able to put a little T into this water drain that's back there, so that when I'm out there I can use a nice little shower after surfing or something. So it's nice to know how much I have. Conversion slowly continues. I finally found a place that we're staying at that has a spigot. So I bought a hose, and I have been flushing the holding tanks on the van. I have filled up the freshwater tank and have it draining, and then I filled up the gray water tank. And as you can see, having it draining, there's a whole bunch of soot that came out of it and whatnot, so that's good. Now it's going to be nice and clean, and I know what's in it. Also, I got the awning out, as you can see. And when I bought the van, the awning was missing one of these legs right here on this side, this right leg. So I had purchased one, found it online for about 90 bucks, and threw that on there. Now it works perfectly. Got all kinds of shade under here. It'll be awesome when I'm camping. I also purchased a fridge a couple days ago. It's a big old 60-liter in here. Has a basket that goes over there as well. It's just upstairs right now. Little light right there. Made by this company called Primus. Comes with this big old case on it, but I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to take the whole fridge and take it up and mount it right here, which will be perfect because it'll be right next to my sink area. I'm going to rebuild this couch area and cut the cushion, have it reupholstered, and have the fridge sit right there in a nice little box that'll be vented, so that I'll be able to work right there on the kitchen, have the fridge, open it up, close it, and whatnot. Alright guys, the van conversion continues. So as I said, I was working on wiring up this second battery. There it is. Got it wired in parallel to the big boy over here. So now I should have 290 amp hours. More than enough to be able to run my fridge, that's under there, and invert some power. So as you can see right now, what I just did is, there's a plug in the inverter right now. What I did is wired it up to this, which was already in the wall here, right above the kitchen area. Everything is kind of a mess right now, so I'm obviously working on it. And now I'm able to, my inverter came with a remote switch, as you can see. That will go up here somewhere. I'm just kind of getting everything fixed right now, so it's hanging. So once I turn this on, the inverter turns on. It shows you how much battery you got. Now if I come over here, turn that on, I've got my battery charger plugged in, and look at that, it's charging. So now I have a plug over here near the kitchen that works. Once I turn on my inverter, if I want like a little toaster or plug in my phone or a laptop or something like that. As you can see, I've got a couple extra boxes of things. I went by a kind of Goodwill, what they call here an op shop, little secondhand used store, and got all kinds of plates, different cutlery and stuff, a pot, a couple knives, tongs, bowls, a little toaster that runs off low wattage. I also bought a circular saw, which will come in real handy with rebuilding this area into the bed. And I'm gonna have to cut and mount some wood here to mount my fridge right there, as I was explaining before, and for other jobs, of course. I also bought, let's see, oh yeah, these 2 stoves. I had these when I was here in Australia before, and they work perfect, super simple. Little butane stoves. You just pop a butane canister in right there, and they run for quite a while off of 1 canister. So those are super easy, and I can just kind of set them wherever I want. I don't have to have it built in anywhere, which is kind of nice. I can always even just set them outside too. They just come in this super easy little box right here. So I'd say it's coming together pretty well. I'll be down south for a couple more days and then start heading north.